So as the fat commentator gets knocked out of proceedings, there are 14 drivers left to go up against the elements here at Alton Park. Bradley position in front of Piers Pryor by 0.15 of a second. Edmund TJ and Jack Ashton will share the second row, with David Williams and Adam Taylor on the third row from Anthony Jordan and Matt Thornton. Callum Cripps and Carl Chard, Jordan Thornton, Sam McDonald, Nick Wren, Matt Guja-Scott. Oh, good start by Philpott. Pryor's going to tuck into second position nicely. Up the inside comes TJ. He might get the move on the inside line there. Pryor is going to stand fast, but he runs deep at Old Hall and manages to get into second position neatly there as Jack Ashton goes with him. Down the hill to Cascades, and it looks as though the back end steps out for Pryor, but he gets it under control beautifully, and down the run towards the hairpin once again. So let's see. Ashton, TJ Williams, this is a brilliant scrap. Taylor in there as well as they go to the hairpin for the first time through the right-hander. TJ still fourth, Williams, Jordan, not a lot of space to battle it out, but they managed to get through A-OK. And back down towards Knickerbrook now as we ride on board. That is Anthony Jordan we're on board with, looking at David Williams as they go through Knickerbrook, through the left and up to the right-hander. Bit of curve there for Jordan, not enough as it seems. He runs off the circuit and he's vulnerable to Matt Thornton behind. Thornton's got a good run off of Knickerbrook, and as he goes up the hill towards Druids, he's on the inside, but that doesn't mean he'll be able to hold it. He's got to keep the energy through the corner in the right-hander. They bang wheels and straight up the inside comes Callum Cripps. Brilliant overtake from Cripps. He tangles with Taylor. Oh, that's all gone terribly wrong. And it's a big roll down the straight. That's not gone well at all further back. Matt Thornton gets away from the scene of the crime. TJ in fourth, Williams in fifth, Thornton in sixth behind Piers Pryor. We're on board with Edmund TJ. That is Piers Pryor in front of us. So Jack Ashton has got through to second. At some point, we didn't see where Ashton gets a huge tank full of oversteer into Old Hall. He manages to save it, but Pryor's got a good run. Meanwhile, Bradley Philpott doing what he does best out in front. Ashton second, Pryor third. Here comes Piers Pryor. They both get the back end out, and TJ is the cleaner of the three drivers through. He's now got a good run towards the hairpin. There's not quite a car's width. He has to look to the left side, and he's going to cut right across. There's contact. Can he keep the energy of the car through? Thornton's going to slip by as well, and TJ slips to sixth position. So that was a really tricky moment. But Pryor holding on to third from Williams, TJ and Thornton. Jordan is seventh from Jordan Thornton in eighth place. Then McDonald, Guja-Scott, Carl Chard, Callum Cripps, Adam Taylor and Nick Wren down the back. That was very close indeed as they go through the exit of Knickerbrook. Up the hill again, under the bridge and up towards Druids. This is going to be a difficult one to read. Still the second, third laps of the race, very tricky. This 8-lap encounter. And out of Druids, down the short stretch once again. This is David Williams in the Mike Epps colour scheme. Piers Pryor is just there in front as they go through the final turn and up over Dearly. It's going to be interesting to see who gets the best run through, but Philpott leads at the end of lap 2. Jack Ashton is 1.2 or so seconds away. Pryor is third, Williams fourth from TJ. Jordan and Thornton. Then it's Chard and Cripps rounding out the top 10. Taylor, Guja-Scott, McDonald and Wren. And down the hill one through Cascades. A big tank slapper from Williams, but he recovers it nicely. He's going to lose a bit of ground to Edmund TJ. TJ's got a good run here. Up through the gears. Which way is he going? Williams makes him go to the left. They're going to tank slap. He beats it to the braking zone. He goes wide. That's never going to work in a month of Sundays. If he'd just got the car stopped a little bit further to the apex, he would have made that stick beautifully. But Williams holds on to fourth. Thornton is now through to fifth position. That's Matt Thornton. Edmund TJ in sixth place now from Anthony Jordan, Jordan Thornton, Carl Chard and Callum Cripps. There is Piers Pryor. Goes a little bit wide on the exit there. Up the hill once again. David Williams trying his best to close up. Thornton in fifth position. TJ in sixth now from Anthony Jordan, Carl Chard and Callum Cripps. Cripps and Taylor having to recover after their little melee on the first lap at this point of the circuit. But Bradley Philpott just controlling the pace out in front. He gets a really good exit off the turns. That's where he's able to make up the time. Ashton in second, Pryor in third, then Williams, that man you're looking at, and Thornton. TJ in sixth position. Starting to run into a bit of a rhythm. 5 to go. Philpott, Ashton, Pryor, Williams, Matt Thornton, TJ, Jordan, Thornton, Chard and with Taylor McDonald, Roger Scott and Wren. Into Gates across, and I think recover that position. He has, but he's lost a lot of ground in the process, and Matt Thornton reeling him in. He gets a little bit too deep into the hairpin, and out of the island hairpin, up the hill, down towards Knickerbrook once again. We're just going to take a look at a replay of David Williams losing it down into Cascades. One wheel on the white line, that's all it takes, and he does his best Petter Solberg impression, hangs onto it through the corner, beautifully nice, and hangs onto it. He's only lost about 0.2 of a second or so in doing that, but he manages to keep the car together. Philpott leading, Ashton second, but Ashton is getting on with this now. Philpott is not as far ahead as he once was. Jack Ashton is reeling him in, and he's gaining good ground under braking. He made up a couple of tenths of a second in that corner alone, so Ashton is not done yet. Pott leads, Ashton second, Pryor, Williams, Thornton, TJ, Jordan, and I think Jordan Thornton's actually moved up into 7th place, past Anthony Jordan. Carl Chard is now 9th, Adam Taylor's finally got past for a 10th position, McDonald is 12th, Guja Scott and Wren follow behind. Oh, big moment there from, I think that's going to be Pryor, isn't it? No, sorry, this is further back. That's Adam Taylor. So Taylor has Callum Cripps right on his tail. It was Cripps that ran wide. So out of Cascades and down the stretch to the island hairpin once again. Taylor looking comfortable in 10th position. But he's now trying to get on terms with Carl Chard. Out of the hairpin. We ride on board with Adam Taylor as he runs towards Chard in front of us. This is not going to be the easiest situation to deal with here because he's got somebody breathing down his neck in Callum Cripps, and he's got Carl Chard in front of him trying to get closer to it. Now Piers Pryor has not got a massive advantage on David Williams at the moment. Oh, there's actually contact! Williams goes into the back of Pryor, and he's going to lose the back end of the car through Druids. Williams' chances of getting the podium have just taken a big dip in the drink. That's a terrible, terrible mistake from Williams. Oh, and he gets on track, right in the path of another competitor. He manages to recover the car behind Adam Taylor, behind Callum Cripps' machine, but that is down to 11th position for David Williams. He was just getting on terms with Piers Pryor. He runs off the hill at the final turn for good measure. Now, this is going to be a difficult scenario to come back from for David Williams in 11th position. Now, where is the next battle on track? Well, it's actually between Carl Chard and Taylor at the moment. They are the closest to each other on track. 12.6 to 12.9 behind the leaders, so it's Chard versus Taylor that is the closest battle at the moment. Although TJ is starting to get onto the tail of Thornton as well. Here is that battle. Taylor you're looking at, and it's getting very close in front. Chard in 8th position. Anthony Jordan and Jordan Thornton scrapping away. Down to Knickerbrook, 3 into 1 is not going to go, and somebody's going to have to give best. Oh, big slide in the entrance to the corner there from Taylor. He gets the car stopped nicely through the apex though. Down the bottom of the hill and up the climb once again, under the bridge and through towards Druids. It's Jordan, Thornton, Chard and Taylor, nose to tail, and they're all trying to close up on Anthony Jordan. Callum Cripps in 10th position, just sitting back in 10th position and watching this play out. Taylor's got a good run on Chard, down to the final turn, but Chard's going to have a go himself into Jordan Thornton. He's left his braking late, is he? No, he manages to get there, and Taylor's going to get the inside of Jordan Thornton up the hill, up over DLE, contact, and he's going to spin into the pit lane. Whoa, he manages to avoid it, but now David Williams has gone through as well. Wow, that was close. Let's look at this again. Into the final turn, into the right-hander. It's a good move there from Chard. Taylor gets him, and this is the opportunity for Adam Taylor to get through as well. And he's got enough space, but then the door just slams shut. Jordan Thornton determined not to lose another place. As a result of that, Taylor went off again a little bit further round. 2 laps to go, and it's Philpott from Ashton. The gap is 9/10 of a second. Well, Ashton, he's reeling him in big time now, actually. He might still have a chance here. So Ashton trying to make up the ground on Philpott. The gap down to 7/10 of a second. He could do this. They go up the hill. Philpott needing to cope with the pressure. In the Race of Champions last year, he coped with the pressure of Vettel and co. This is going to be a walk in the park, surely. Well, no. Jack Ashton is an incredibly determined young racer. He wants to get one over on Philpott, who's won pretty much everything bar the raffle so far today. And he is going to try. He's going to try his best to get the final race of the day done too. Up and over Leap. Down the start, finish straight and over the line. 1 lap to go bar the shouting. 0.5 of a second is the gap into Old Hall. A big move from Jack Ashton, the back end travelling. He uses a lot of curb, but he's still close enough to Philpott to challenge. He may get his first real opportunity down into the island hairpin, but he's got to get Cascades right. Plenty of curb, that's good. Good exit. He's got good energy through the turn. He's not close enough at island yet, but if he keeps building this up, he will get an opportunity into the final turn. He gets closer under braking. Get the car stopped. That's better. Now up through the gears. Out of the island hairpin and up towards Knickerbrook once again. Up and over the crest. Right on board with Ashton. 0.5 second is the difference between him and the victory in the final. Through the right. Through the left. Careful. He's got good energy through the corner. And then up through the right-hander again. Philpott needing to be the widest car in history at the moment to keep Ashton at bay, but Ashton's got good speed, good rhythm and good motivation. It's always better to chase than it is to be chased. Up through the right-hander, the double apex of Druids. Now he's got a good run. He runs wide. Surely that's his best chance of getting the victory. Gone. He rejoins right behind Philpott, but he can't really send it to the inside without risking going off himself. He's missed his best chance. Bradley Philpott is going to get the victory. An absolutely brilliant charge run, and he flashes the lights across the line. Philpott takes the win. Ashton in second place. Piers Pryor will come home in third position. Good run from him. Thornton